Akron Athletics presents Zips Weekly, brought to you by Bryant Heating and Cooling, Akron Children's Hospital, and Miller Lite. It's Miller time. And here's your host, Joe Dunn.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to a brand new edition of Zips Football Weekly with head coach Oscar Rodriguez. Hope you stay with us for the next 30 minutes as we talk University of Akron football, taking a look back at that tough loss at Western Michigan 45-40 last Tuesday night. But we will also look ahead to the Wagon Wheel game coming up Saturday at noon. That'll be November 20th. You know who's coming to town. It'll be the Kent State Golden Flashes, the Wagon Wheel game. Hope to see a lot of blue and gold in the stands, and mostly all Akron blue and gold. We'll talk about that Kent game a little bit later as we bring in head coach Oscar Rodriguez. And Coach, I talked to you after the game up at Kalamazoo. Tough loss, 45-40, but taking everything aside from that, how did it feel to be a head coach? I know you look forward to that your entire football career.
Yeah, you know, obviously under the circumstances, you never, want that to be your first opportunity. But, right before the game, I think I told the team, I said, guys, I'd be lying to you if I hadn't told you I'd been dreaming of this, and I actually prayed for it. You know, it was my battle with cancer, and it was always a dream of mine to be an NFL or Division I head coach. And, and I told them they would be forever indebted in my heart because I'll always be my first ball club.
Yeah.
And whether it's 3 weeks or 3 years, these 3 weeks, this group of kids are going to be really special to me.
There were so many peaks and valleys in that football game. We're up, we're down, we're back up again. We get the ball with a minute left with a chance to win it. What's going through your mind on the sidelines is to see this game kind of unfold a little bit?
Well, throughout the week, you try to prepare them for those moments. And I kept telling them, I was like, listen, all you want to do is you want to be in a one-possession ball game.
Yeah. Late
in the fourth quarter, give yourself a chance. Regardless of how we get there, mistakes, good things, things don't go our way, things out of our control. It gets down late in that game and you got a chance to win. Mm-hmm. That's the most important thing. And I said, at the end of the day, not one play outweighs the next, as long as you give yourself a chance late, and we did. And I couldn't be more proud of them because, people don't realize Western Michigan, that's a top 20 team in the Power 5, and they beat Pittsburgh, who's a top 20 team in the Power 5. And they're a really good team, and we should have beat them on the road at their place.
Exactly. It was a heck of a football game. We're going to take a look at highlights right now as we go back up to Waldo Stadium in Kalamazoo, Michigan. And Coach, feel free to jump in and take a look at these highlights with me. And anything you remember, we'll talk about it. But of course, the Western Michigan is going to win the toss. They defer, Coach, to the second half, and we're going to get the football. And our first possession is going to start at our own 20, and we're going to have an 8-play, 80-yard TD drive. And boy, you can't draw up any better than what we saw in that first possession, can we?
No, it started a little rocky. I think we got a false start on the first play. I think there was some jitters from the kids, but we got locked in. I think Zach here on this play, he extends the play. He's not a burner, but he has pocket presence that a lot of people don't have, and he can maneuver in there, and it don't look great, and he makes some weird arm angle throws, but they're effective, like this one right here. We found a way to convert on some critical third downs. They were I want to say number 2 or top of the country in third down defense. They're really, really good. And then we got the matchup we wanted here on Kanate on their safeties. I thought Coach Gasser did a good job of scheming them up, and we got the matchup we wanted, and we scored and came out and set the tone early, played aggressive.
Corey Smegel with the extra point, and of course Akron leads it 7-0. You've been around a lot of quality wide receivers, Coach, but you got a couple good ones in Matheson and Mumfield.
Yeah, they're two young, talented kids, and incredible work ethic, and they love ball, and their characters out of the roof. And they mesh really well. When you got guys that play off each other, and and they have that timing together, they're going to grow up and be really special.
Western will score in their first possession. Game is tied at 7. And of course, Western's going to take their next possession all the way to the Zips 3-yard line, where we're going to watch, Akron come up with a tremendous goal line stand, Coach. That was something special. They had the ball inside the 1-yard line.
Yeah, I can't remember if there was a timeout or a TV timeout. Something happened, and we talked about it in the huddle there. I said, hey, this is going to define who we are. They literally went down the field, and if we can find a way to keep them out, I said, this can swing the momentum and get us the ball back. And
You know,
sure enough, our kids went out and did that.
Exactly. We're going to credit some of these Zip defenders in there. Logan Hawkins with a stop on 1st and goal. Then Curtis Fan, back-to-back big stops, Coach, a kid that transferred in from Florida State.
Yeah, Curtis actually, the last time we had a goal line stand was at Bowling Green. And he showed up too. He flashes in that short area. And then, like you said, Logan played big time. And it was great to see because like it gave energy to the sideline and to our team.
Zips moving the ball. Our next possession, you see Gibson scramble for 9 yards, an 11-yard pass to Mumfield. Anthony Williams in at running back. He has a 7-yard run, Coach, and put Irons in at quarterback for a couple plays, trying to maybe cross him up a little bit. But
yeah, we and that was a critical 3rd down on 3rd and 7, and then they felt like, hey, let's put DJ in, mix it up, a little quarterback run game. We kind of knew that about them. You can't really run the ball against their defense, and they slowed us down and held us to a field goal attempt, and obviously Mike here takes that one all the way back, which got us right back in the game.
Yeah, I'm up in the press box, Coach, and of course he takes that, I think, 94 yards, and he's running downfield right in front of you. I'm not sure if you're running down there with him or not, but that'd be fun to watch.
No, it was great to see because like that was a big pivotal moment in the game, and it got us back in the game and cut it to 17-14. It was under 2 minutes when they got the ball back, and then got an opportunity to kick a field goal after they scored a touchdown, and we blocked it. So I felt like we swung the momentum there right at the end of the half and tried to get a return out of it. And I felt really good. Even though I knew they were getting the ball back, I just felt the energy on the sideline as far as our team was playing.
We can take a look at the block right there. As you said, Coach, we try and bring it back upfield, but the first half ends. We're down up at Kalamazoo 24-14. So you go into the locker room, you're talking to your football team. What are you telling the Zips here at halftime?
We talked about pre-snap penalties. I said, hey, guys, we're beating ourselves on the chains, making life a lot harder on ourselves. Hey, we got to be better in the red zone.
Yeah.
It was a 17-14 game, and we let them come down and score.
Exactly.
Got the ball back, and then turned it over.
Right.
And then they had a chance to score another 3. But, I said, as bad as it got there in the last 2 minutes, I said, we're in a 10-point ball game, man.
Right.
And we go out, I said, we 3 and out them, get the ball back, we're going to go down and score, and we're in a 1-possession ball game, and it's going to change the whole outcome of this game.
Sure. Zips down 24-14 at halftime up at Kalamazoo on Tuesday night. We're going to take a break, come back and look at really a wild second half right after this.
6G. Network.
You didn't do anything wrong. You just didn't know Miller Lite has more taste and only 1 more calorie than Michelob Ultra. Now, you do.
This is my back before surgery, and then this was it after. These things are in my back right now, helping keep it straight so I get to go back to dance with my friends.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you, Chloe. From my perspective, there is nothing that I wouldn't let you do. Really, all the credit for how well you're doing is just you and how hard you've worked to get back to where you are. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Zips Football Weekly as we spend some time with new Zips head coach Oscar Rodriguez. And Coach, as we said, Akron is down 24-14 going into the second half. Western's going to get the football. They're going to start a little bit of a drive, but we're going to see some good defense by Akron on that first possession.
No, it was great. Western Michigan's really, really explosive, and they moved the ball on everybody, and we knew that, and we knew we had to get a stop.
Yeah.
They obviously had deferred to the second half, and credit to our defense. Luckily, they also had, I think, a false start or a holding call, if I remember correctly. Put them in 2nd and 20, which put us on schedule. And so it was a competitive advantage for us. Got them into 3rd down, and they had to punish the ball.
Okay, let's go back up to Waldo Stadium Tuesday night. A little action up there, and the Zips are going to come back and really come very close to winning that football game. As we said, the Broncos get the football to start the second half. We're going to see a pretty good defensive stand. Defensive end Ryan McLean is going to come back to regular play here on a 11-yard sack on the Western quarterback, and the Broncos are forced to punt. and it gives the Zips a pretty short field, only 49 yards to go in and score.
No, it was great, you know, and it goes to show you, hey, how the kicking game and that hidden yardage, and we hadn't had the short field all game, so I felt really good. And that's, you know, the plays we had packaged, you know, in a situation like this offensively, I knew that if we got it down inside the high red, we'd have a chance at scoring. And if I remember correctly, this is where we ran the reverse pass, and the guy was open, and we just underthrew it and missed him. We still get it inside the 5 later on in this drive. I think we went up for it on 3rd down here, on 39. I think we ran it with Mike all the way down. And this was just kind of the issue we ran into. We got a penalty, set us back, and now we went from 1st and goal from the 5 to backed up. Then we took a sack or something, if I remember correctly, and then we had to kick the field goal.
Yeah, Corey Smegel with a field goal from 38 yards out. You get a short field, Coach, you want to take it into the end zone, but you got to come out of that situation with some points.
No, and we did, and it was 24-17, you know, and felt good. The only problem was we kicked it off, and then they ran back to kick off for a touchdown. Then we got the ball back. Essentially,
that was one of those momentum swings we talked about, Coach. We go down and cut it, and then they come right back with that touchdown on the kickoff. But again, your team didn't fold. They came right back.
We came right back, went right back at them. You know, the kids, you know, the energy on the sideline was awesome. The kids never lost belief. I think I said it in the post-game interview with you. I felt like it was an old Mexican-style boxing fight, just exchanging blows. And it was happy to see here. John Zell runs it in for the touchdown. You know, didn't have much success running the ball, but when you get it on the 5 there and run it in, you cut it to a 1-score lead again. The belief was really, really heavy at that point.
Yeah, going back to that touchdown, you went Wildcat down there. You lined up Gibson under center, put him out to the left, and then John Zell Norrells, and the Wildcat takes it into the end zone. Something new.
Yeah, schematically, I think, you know, Coach Gasser has done a good job of like getting creative and trying to find us advantages. And obviously, if you motion the QB out there, it gets you in an empty look, they might check to something, and you know, might as well snap it to your most vertical back, and he did, and got in there and scored.
Going into the fourth quarter, Akron is down 38-24. It's going to set up really a wild fourth quarter. You see the touchdown pass there, Coach, and again, pretty good reception there in the end zone. Yeah,
you know, we knew we were down 2 scores there. We knew we had to score that possession. I think we converted 2 or 3 fourth downs.
Yes.
And which was critical. We managed the field all the way down. We go down and score, and then we decide to kick it deep. 2 plays later, Zack Morton gets the interception. Defensively, big time play. Now we're looking at a tie ball game.
Yeah, it's 38-31 when he goes up and grabs that thing, and that had to be a huge momentum swing. They're a good football team. They have the opportunity to take it down the field, and we pick it and go for 7.
You know, and then we miss the extra point. Okay, we're good, 38-37. They kick it, they muff the kick, back them up. We end up getting off the field, I think, here at some point to get us the ball back. You know, defensively, those last 2 out of 3 series, I thought our kids did a good job of bowing up, getting their cleats in the ground, and, you know, getting the stops we need, like just right here, get the holding call. I think I declined this. We get the ball back, and you just felt it, like, hey, we're going to go down the field and score.
Right. It's a nice pass there to, I think that was Tristan Brank down the sideline, right in front of you, Coach. That was a perfect throw in there. Put it right into him.
No, I mean, you felt it. You know, Zach was comfortable in the pocket. Guys were running good routes, getting open. His Mike down the middle was critical. You know, I think I still had a couple timeouts left, so I was trying to save them. It's a great run by John Zell. At this point, I'm like, hey, we're about to score. We got it like on the, 15-yard line. Then we got a penalty, which backed us up, put us in a 4th and 17. And Smegel kicks it through to put us up 2. And now they're out of timeouts. Yeah. I was like, hey, man, like this benefits us. As long as we just keep them in bounds, the clock will keep running.
After that field goal, Akron is up 40-38, but this game is far from over, Coach. They're going to score, then we're going to come back. I think with a minute left in the game, we've got that football. And the way we've been moving the football, Coach, you had to feel pretty confident we'd go down and win this game.
Yeah, I did. You know, once they got the big play, I said, hey, we got a minute left with a timeout, and we moved it down the field.
Yes.
So it felt really good, and all we needed to do was get in a manageable Hail Mary, what we call an all-go Seattle look, get everybody vertical and give us a chance at a jump ball. Like right here, we're at 43 seconds, 1st and 10. Just get a chunk yard here. All right, now you're sitting at the 30.
Yeah.
You still got your timeout. All right, so you're feeling really good. You know, we get up there, get a play ran. Doesn't work out. We have to use the timeout because we're not in the right play call. You get one shot at the end zone and you fall short.
Yeah, Zips lose that one. It was a tough one. 45-40 was the final score. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the offensive, defensive, and special teams players of the week. So don't go away. We're back after this timeout.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family warm this winter,
Here, let me show you how this works.
it takes Bryant.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
And to keep your family comfortable, it takes E.H. Roberts Heating and Cooling. Find them at ehroberts.com.
What we make right here at the University of Akron
Holds up under pressure.
What we make climbs the ladder and leads to record highs.
What we make lifts us all.
And makes us all better.
With everything we make, everyone rises.
Okay, welcome back to Zips Football Weekly. One of my favorite times each week, we name our offensive, defensive, and special teams players of the week. Let's start with offense first. Boy, a young quarterback that is really coming into his own. How about Zach Gibson? Completed 26 of 40 passes, 305 yards, 2 touchdowns Tuesday night at Western. 6'3", 208-pound redshirt freshman hit Kanate Mumfield for a 37-yard touchdown. That was in the first quarter, Coach, then found Mumfield again in the fourth quarter for an 11-yard touchdown pass. And there's really good chemistry now between Zach Gibson and your wide receivers.
No, it's important, you know. It's like anything. It's timing, you know. You got to have that connection, you know. Whether you're throwing it or catching it, you got to trust that it's going to be there and he's going to get it out of his breaks. And they got something really special going, and it's fun to watch because they're a young group.
Exactly. Now, Zach took some punishment. I'm telling you, he went to the ground a lot, but he's a tough kid. He came back and persevered and almost got that win for Akron. Let's go to our defensive player of the game. How about defensive lineman Zack Morton? Picked off a Western Michigan pass in the fourth quarter, returned it 24 yards for a touchdown. 6'3", about 260 pounds, playing close to home. He's a Detroit guy, transfer from Syracuse, and he's really been a big help on that defensive front for you.
Yeah, you know, the one thing Zach's brought to this team is maturity. He's an older guy, the way he carries himself, the way he prepares. It's exactly what you want your whole team to look like. And what's funny about the pick, he had one in practice probably 3 weeks ago that looked identical to this.
Same thing, huh?
So like as soon as he did it, like in my mind, all I could think about was that practice rep because I was standing back behind the way I was looking at it, and I was like, holy smokes, that was what's supposed to happen.
Okay. He's going to get it again. Okay.
Yeah.
How about our special teams player of the game? We had a couple guys we considered. How about sophomore Michael Matheson, developed into one of the most explosive players in the conference. He took it late in the first half, returned it 96 yards for a touchdown on that kickoff, and boy, that was fun to watch, Coach. We're going to see it again right here, I believe, as Matheson is going to take off and come right up the right hash, right in front of you. When did you think he was going to break it?
Right here at this point, well, in the next one, the one we're actually watching, I saw that one, I thought, so I knew on this one it was going to hit. I was like, he's going to see it this time, and he cut off of it, and I was like, yep. I could have told you the kickoff return before because we were one block away, and he's seen it, did a great job of setting it up. And when he's in open space, man, he's probably the fastest guy on our team.
Yeah. Once he got into that second level, it was all over. We also considered Corey Smegel because he had a pressure field goal. And Coach, there's a replay of that going all over the country about you celebrating with Corey Smegel, a little foot tap. How did that all start?
Well, yeah, me and Corey, we enjoy playing golf. We're both golfers, and there's just a friendly competition. We haven't got to play each other yet.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm all about the players, and I enjoy having little rituals with them. And to me, that's something that's important, especially with the kicker from a psychology standpoint. I call it like you got to have your mistake rituals to get stuff out, and you got to have your celebration rituals so that you stay even and consistent. And so after every kick, whether good or bad, a little toe tap with a nice little golf swing. So muscle memory, as we like to call it.
Yeah, you got a lot of comments on that replay all over the country. That was fun to watch. Hey, we're going to take a break. When we come back, as we said, Saturday, November 20th, noon kickoff, InfoCision Stadium. Kent State coming to town. We're going to talk to Coach about the Golden Flashes right after this.
Even if this is the three-point line, and this is the hoop, if this is home ice, and this is sticking the landing, kids will find a way to keep playing the sports they love, and we'll keep helping them. After an injury, Akron Children's is dedicated to getting your child back to the game as quickly and safely as possible, however they play it. Learn more at akronchildrens.org/sports.
6G. Network.
You didn't do anything wrong. Just didn't know Miller Lite has more taste and only one more calorie than Michelob Ultra. Now you do.
Hope you're making plans to be at InfoCision Stadium on Saturday, November 20th. That'll be a noon kickoff over at InfoCision Stadium. Kent State coming to town. It'll be the annual wagon wheel game. Akron has lost 2 in a row to Kent State. And Coach, you've been here a few years now, and as I mentioned after the Western game, it didn't take you too long to figure out that Akron-Kent State game is a big rivalry.
No, I'm excited. I think I told the guys, it needs to be important to us. Rivalry games are a big deal, and I said at the end of the day, we are playing for something, and it's that pride in this part of the country in Northeast Ohio.
Yeah.
So we got to do things. I told them we're going to visualize. We might even get to practice running to the wagon wheel and hoisting it, and it needs to come back because it belongs in that locker room. And there would be no better partying gift for me than to leave that there for the next staff.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be a heck of a game. Kent coming off a tough 54-30 loss the other night to Central Michigan up in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. A lot of people feel, Coach, they've got the best quarterback in the league in Dustin Crum. He came back, I think, for a 5th year, and he is really special.
No, he is. He's electric. I mean, I think his first game was against us in 19.
Yeah.
And that's kind of his coming out party. But he's a sensational player. I mean, he's one of the top quarterbacks in all of college football, and that includes the Power 5. What makes him really special is his ability to extend plays, and they run him as a runner within the quarterback run game. So he creates a lot of problems,
yes.
And then he's really, really accurate when he throws it. And there's a reason they score over 40 points a game, and is when you have a really good cue, and most teams are quarterback driven.
Exactly. As we said, that'll be a noon kickoff on Saturday, November 20th. Hope to see a lot of Zip fans out there for the final home game of the season. Akron will be up at Toledo the week after that. But, Coach, we got a minute left. What about your background? I know you played football at Fort Hays State. Tell the fans a little bit about yourself in the next 30 or 40 seconds.
Well, I was a junior college guy. I played at Coffeyville Community College, and then I played at Fort Hays State, my alma mater. Got done playing. I started coaching. I was a high school coach in Texas. Was a graduate assistant at Washburn, and then started my full-time career at Baker, Hutch, JUCO. I'm a small ball guy all the way through. So, last 4 years I've been in Division I, FCS, and FBS, and now I'm sitting in front of you today, living out a dream.
Exactly. Well, Coach, hopefully we get 2 more wins for you here before the season is over. Coach, great meeting. Had a chance to talk to you after the Western Michigan game. Look forward to talking to you again next week. Zip fans, November 20th. Hope to see you at InfoCision Stadium. For Coach Rodriguez, I'm Joe Dunn. And always remember, go Zips.
Thanks for watching Zips Weekly. Brought to you by Bryant Heating and Cooling, Akron Children's Hospital, and Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
This has been a presentation from Learfield,